So why is Israel so scared that the US and Iran might reach a nuclear deal? Let's pick it apart. So for starters, let's just dispel this notion that Iran is a rogue actor that could nuke Tel Aviv at any moment. Even conservative outlets concede that this is not the case. Iran's nuclear program poses a threat to both the United States and Israel for many reasons, but not the ones you might think. For starters, both states have wanted the Islamic Republic toppled ever since the revolution. And they've really done nothing to hide this fact. And if North Korea has taught us anything, it is the fact that a nuclear-armed state is almost impossible to topple. All of its uranium enrichment is going to scientific research for primarily civilian infrastructure. And even Iran's supreme leader has issued a fatwa against nuclear weapons. The real threat lies in Iran's sovereign development. An Iran that is capable of developing its own sophisticated technology does not need to import all of the junk that Silicon Valley produces. It's the same reason that Washington is constantly fear-mongering about Chinese apps like TikTok. It has nothing to do with actual security concerns. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it's an app that's overtaking US competition. Remember how DeepSeek, that Chinese AI, almost crashed the US AI market because it used a lot less resources than any American once did? The US is not a productive economy. It is not in the business of exporting commodities. The basis of the US economy is finance capital. And finance capital needs a weak and dependent global south. And any country which is not subservient to US capital is a threat. Which is why the most vilified countries in the US media are always the sovereign ones. The ones that do not rely on the World Bank or IMF for their own development. Think about it. Venezuela, Cuba, China, Iran, North Korea. All of those countries do not rely on these financial institutions run by Washington to develop. The US has nothing against Iran for its domestic gender policies. If that were the case, then it wouldn't have any relations with Saudi Arabia. The US hates Iran specifically because it is unconquered. But Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, and he doesn't care about the prevailing orthodox of Washington's neoconservatives. Netanyahu, however, wants perpetual war because he realizes that without it, he won't stay in power, and his government will fall apart, and he could very well go to prison in his own country. That's an oversimplification. We don't have time to go into the Israeli side right now.